Hi everyone. How are y'all doing? Today I was supposed to be kind of normal stream for me, but Adeon told me that he would be free this weekend to do a race. So looks like we're doing a race today between Adeon and aoei. Rules are pretty simple. The first person to ascend wins. You can pick any role you want. I think I know what role both competitors are going to be picking, but I don't know. You never know. Adeon's kind of an entertainer sometimes. He might pick something interesting. But I tried to be a little bit more prepared this time, so we're starting a little bit earlier, and it's the race starts in about 10 minutes, and I'll start the timer at what is 11 a.m. for me, and probably 12 p.m. Eastern for probably most everyone else. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Adeon is quite the player, as most of you who are watching this stream probably know he is. Adeon is one of the world's best players. He had the uncontested streak record for quite a long time before Toriru came around with a 29 game Ascension streak. He also had held the world record for well over 9 years with a time of 1 hour and 3 minutes. So after seeing the world record beaten, he's actually coming back for more. So I don't know. I'm excited to see whether he breaks the record. I'm excited to see whether he can start pushing at that or not because I think that record, even though I've beaten it, it can still be pushed a lot harder than that with some good competition. So I'm excited, and I would also like my own chance to race Adeon at some point. I think that would be really cool. But also, if anyone's out there, tell me if there are some balance issues or something with the stream, like this is actually on another computer, so I don't have all the settings that I'm used to. So you'll have to bear with me a bit on that. But other than that, I'm ready to go. Once the seeds are released on Hard Fought by K2. Balance sounds good. All right, thanks, Finitely Craig. Also, welcome. Yeah, I'm pretty excited because Adeon likes to do some riskier strats. Like I saw him the other day reaching castle in like 15 minutes, so should be exciting. He tends to skip Sokoban as well, so we won't be seeing him push boulders around. I know some people in particular are entertained by seeing the racers struggle with Sokoban, but he probably won't be doing that, which it could be good, it could be bad. I would almost always do it in a race, but that's just kind of my opinion. So, and of course, we've all seen aoei race. aoei's the fifth person to get sub 2 hours. I will play a little less risky this time to increase chances of ascension. Not sure I will do a Sokoban. Alright, well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you try, Adeon. This should be a good show. I still get confused by the rotation, such the mirrorings. I think everyone gets confused by that to an extent. I think I've gotten used to it, but not quite. I still mess up a flipped 2A once in a while. And I used to be like really annoyed by a flipped 4A as well. But yeah, if you don't do Sokoban, you don't have to deal with that, so no problem. Let's see. What was I talking about before that? Yeah, aoei is the fifth player to get sub 2 hours, so it should be exciting to see her run today. See maybe if she can beat her personal best. Who are the other four? Oh, the other four are, of course, Adeon, Toriru, Scorch Geek, and myself. So, not too many players have done it. Toriru did it after lots of grinding, and he ended up with a time of like 159. And Scorch Geek has a time of like 157. So, hello, Anurag and Anabru. Welcome. We're gonna be starting up in like five or so minutes, but it's good to see y'all here. Antonauts, hello. But yeah, it's not something that a lot of players have done, and the fact that both players in this race have actually pulled it off is really impressive. But prior to before I started playing, the closest anyone ever got to Adeon was 1 hour 57 minutes. So that's like a 54-minute difference. Whiskey Rose John, hello. You're up early. Good to see you though. I pronounce my nick a little differently than what I usually hear, but it's hard to explain since I'm not on mic. Well, what's the phonetic pronunciation for it? I'll try to respect that as much as possible. Adeon. Adeon, okay. Uh, okay, yeah, I'll try my best to do that. And also, hello, Tone Hack. I'll try my best to remember that, like in my head for the past. Okay, I started speedrunning a couple of years ago, and you weren't there at the time, so in my head it was always Adeon, but I'll try to say Adeon from here on out. Uh, I'll say it next time I stream myself. Cool. The good thing about NetHack is that the runners don't actually have to stream the game, so I can go to Hard Fought and just spectate them and then comment on that, which is cool because having to stream the game is a pretty obstructive requirement. I don't know if that was the best way to say that. Also, online makes it possible for everyone not to cheat, so that's also a great thing about it because modifying the game in NetHack is very easy. Yes, I also enjoyed Adeon's speedrun streams. Those were cool. Okay, but we've got 3 more minutes left. I'm excited. But yeah, we've seen Adeon play on his stream. He's still quite fast, even after playing for not playing for quite some time. So I was very impressed with his streams actually. And aoei also streams NetHack once in a while too. Although I think she is playing Undertale. Actually, let me plug their channels right now. Can I shout out with Nightball? Hold on. I'm gonna do it right now. Oh, apparently you have to make it like a custom. Apparently that's like a custom command or something, not default. But you get the idea. That's Adeon's Twitch channel, and also get aoei's Twitch channel as well. But yeah, even though they're not streaming their runs today. They do occasionally stream NetHack, so you should follow. You should give them a follow. But we should be starting very soon now. Just 2 more minutes. I think both players will be playing Dwarven Valkyrie today, unless Adeon decides to surprise us, surprise us with something else, which I doubt he will. He said he would be playing a little less risky earlier in the chat. So Dwarven Valkyrie is obviously the best role and something that most players would pick for a race, I think. maybe I should go a little. Maybe I should go a little off the wall next time I race too, even if there's like no handicap. Last time I ran aoei, I had a handicap where I had to be a tourist, so that was I considered monk, but yeah, it's gonna be dwarven valkyrie. Monk is really interesting. I think, and it's not the fastest at all, even though it has a good early game. But there's some stuff that you can do with it late game, with especially with a polymorph, a poly self kit. Since they don't have body armor, you can use like larger polyforms. So that would be something really cool and different to see, I think. Anyone asked how you are this week yet, Luxie? No, no one's actually asked that yet, but I'm doing fine, thanks. But looks like I need to start the timer now. And we'll wait for the contestants to enter the seeds. Monk's early game can be great for a race. Yeah, so we've been doing those like Sokoban Minetown races, and the Monk actually does the best in just like completing Sokoban and Minetown because it needs so little. It needs so little equipment to get going. Their problems only start appearing later because you have really low constitution, and that doesn't matter until later in the game when you need more health. Like it's really hard to start a monk with 15 or higher constitution. And of course, they have Master Kane. You would need like a wand of polymorph or a wand of death or something to deal with him because he does not respect scare monster anymore. So good luck, runners. Yes, indeed. But right now they're entering the seeds, which is part of the competition, I guess. There's not really a good way to do it right now, but the seeds haven't changed. Oh, oh boy. Okay. Well, I can release in that case. I can release the seeds in. I can release the seeds in chat. Hold on. Just 1 second while I do that. If K2 did not change the seeds. Let's see here. Okay, so that was. I did email him last night, so but it's fine if he didn't see it, and I will create a paste bin. We can use this. But yeah, I don't think either player has started yet, but uh, start them on new accounts to make the RC files part of the race. That's kind of what I do. You just need to add like options equals seed equals whatever before like before each of the seeds. So okay. Okay, Adeon, aoei, I put the seeds in the chat. I don't know where aoei is. She said she was getting a snack or something, and then hasn't returned yet. So, oh, I'm in a blank RC, so they have to set up everything they like. Making setting up RC files part of the speedrun. Oh my gosh. Or like, imagine the fresh file speedrun, and then like the first 10 minutes, the estimate is like an hour and 50, and the first 10 minutes is just me setting up my options file because there are like 100 different options in that hack. And then I will probably close the Twitch to not be distracted. Adeon, I posted it in Hard Fought chat already. Go check that out. Okay, yeah, aoei just came back, so as soon as the players are able to enter the seeds, we'll be in there. Okay, it looks like aoei did enter the seeds already. I'm not sure if she started on the right game, but we'll see. We'll see in hard fought. Yep. Okay. All right, they're both in right now, and we can get started. Right, so we see two Dwarven Valkyries here. Strength 17, con a 19. Looking good so far. But Adeon is using the plain sim set, so you can see little like, spellbook like corners on his screen. So there's nothing wrong with his screen. That's just the appearance he's using. But it looks like they started at slightly different times, so that's okay. It's only about a minute difference. So I don't think it should make the difference. I don't know if it should make the difference at the end. Looks like there's a shop on D3, and we've got a potion shop. So not sure how I feel about that. You can use that to get some water, and occasionally you can find what is it? You can find a lot of potions of gain level in them, so that might be one way to enter the quest early. We'll see. But it seems that aoei has also found the same shop. But Adeon just quickly perusing shop and then moving on to dungeon level 4. I see that neither player has bothered price identifying potions, and this is pretty reasonable because the only potions we really care about are the healing potions, like healing, extra healing, full healing, and monsters will end up using those anyway, so not a big deal. But Adeon is level 4, and he's heading down deeper instead of heading into Minetown. I can only assume that he's going to want to get Excalibur before going any deeper. So that's a pretty smart choice. I've talked about this before in other races, but getting Excalibur is one of the most RNG heavy parts of the run. So want to knock that out as early as possible, and we've got a pretty early Oracle here at DL6. So. Okay, I thought aoei's game froze for a minute there, but looks like she's taking a moment to think. Adeon throwing a dagger at a nymph. Gonna write a bunch of Elbereths, but that doesn't really matter. That doesn't really work anymore in NetHack 3.7. You can only have one Elbereth on each square, and you can't attack on that Elbereth. So, but he is dipping for Excalibur. I think there are a lot of fountains in the seed, so yep, he got it on this first fountain. But if aoei has some more trouble, then she could lose time on that. But with early Excalibur in hand at about 5 minutes in, Adeon's in a pretty good spot. I wonder if he's gonna backtrack to Minetown or just gonna go ahead and he's gonna go ahead and enter Soko here. aoei doing some price ID in this sizable general store. Looking at these scrolls, the ID scrolls are good to pick up there. There's also a rather expensive scroll. It might be worth backtracking for those items later. Having like a scroll of genocide or scroll of charging can definitely save a wish for you, and that wish can make a difference between winning and losing, obviously. So Adeon choosing not to do the skip on the first level of Sokoban, but he's actually solving it, which is interesting. He only has AC 6. There are a lot of dangerous things in Sokoban now, compared to when Adeon was playing in NetHack 3.4.3. The monster difficulty goes up as you go further into Sokoban. So for example, on that level D6, instead of being D6, it would actually be treated as D8 for monster generation. So looks like there are a lot of hill orcs with wands there. So I see an armor item on the ground there. I'm not sure if that's a mummy wrapping or a mithril coat or something. It's probably a mummy wrapping if you didn't pick it up. It used to get easier, so the zoo is a piece of cake. Yeah, the zoo would be full of like newts and geckos and all kinds of extremely easy monsters at that point. So it became a legitimate question about whether you wanted in a game whether you wanted to do Sokoban or Minetown first. And a lot of players would do Sokoban first, and this advice persisted on the wiki for quite some time. why not just speed run on that version then? There are a lot of favorable changes in NetHack 3.7, and NetHack 3.7 has nicer UI. It has this curses interface and a lot of quality of life changes in the newer versions. So even if like some of the speedrunning tech has been fixed, oh, a soldier ant, but he gets the kill easy. I wonder why he isn't putting on those iron shoes though. It'd be nice to have some more armor at this point. It's very unlikely that they're below -2 and would make your armor worse. And I don't think speedrunning old versions is as interesting. It depends. There's some interesting bugs. There are some interesting bugs in 3.4.3 that can be exploited. There's actually a skip to the Ascension run that has been since patched. So but just NetHack becoming more user friendly is something that I appreciate and I support. So why is Adeon why is Adeon playing with goofy looking wall corner glyphs? Well, he prefers Simset Plane for some reason. Demo. I have no idea why. Looks like he might be in some trouble here though because this Soko is looking nasty for him. Putting on some armor would be nice. OG speedrunner habits, maybe. But if it was really OG speedrunner habits, he would not be using the curses graphics, which is the border here. Oh, and he's dead. Okay, so he's going to move on to the next seed probably. But yeah, that was a rough time in Sokoban there for him. But Adeon taking the first death. We'll check in. We'll check in on his next game as soon as he enters the seed. Hey, finally, Craig. 69 hit points is enough to win. All right. Hope there's a crazy loaded seed as well on Soko 1. That would be pretty insane, but unlikely, I think. Ooh, Aoi finding a magic marker in the mines. That would have been really nice for Adeon to pick up if he had actually gone to the mines first. But yeah, putting on armor in the early game pretty important. Ideally, you have some kind of armor before you enter Sokoban like that. Even though it was kind of a shallow Sokoban, you can see that you could still very easily have trouble there. How much checking of the seeds did you do this round, Luxie? Zero. I did not check any of the seeds. So on the only time I checked the seeds was on the very first race because the competitors wanted seeds with good strength and constitution, but I made no such promises this time. So okay, Adeon is back. Back on deal 3, and he comes across a very large armor shop and then just leaves. I wonder if he's gonna backtrack for some of that because that seems like some good stuff in there. I see some what seems to be mithril coat or polished silver shield in there, so something potentially very very good. Does anyone have a script to check basic info about seeds? I don't think so. Demo. But ideally, if both players are playing the same role, then yeah, you can pick really good seeds. So because playing with less than 19 Constitution is not ideal, obviously. My meta is Craig. My meta is that I scum for Constitution because Constitution is a pretty important. Constitution is the most important stat because it gives you more hit points on level up. It's a 19 Constitution. You get +4 hit points, like regardless of what you roll on whenever you're gaining a level. So obviously that adds up. That adds up pretty quickly when you're forced to level up 13 times throughout the run. But Adeon going back for some armor here. It looks fairly expensive though. He's Charisma 10. I think that might be just below the benchmark for it to get cheaper. But Aoi's still in Minetown. Aoi at about 10 minutes and has much better armor class than Adeon did at his point in the game, and even picked up holy water from the priest there. So she's looking great. Probably heading towards Sokoban. But I can only assume that Adeon is heading straight back to Sokoban as well. So if he's able to complete Sokoban, they might be in kind of an equal position here. I guess dungeon orientation and depth of certain relevant branches. Yeah, that would be interesting information. Have like a set of min score seeds, for example, because there are players who like to play to minimize the amount of score that you get. But if the depth is too high, then you'll get more points. So it has to be a very specific depth. I think it has to be like 46. The vibrating square has to be like on like 46 or something, if I remember correctly. What is and isn't generated by the seed? Okay, well I can explain that. So items and the dungeon layout are generated by the seed, but monsters are not generated by the seed because monsters are based on your level. So yeah, it would be difficult to make it fair and also generate the same monsters. And also death drops. Death drops are also random, so if so the two players might not have the same items on the same seed. But the point of the seed is not to make sure like both players get exactly the same experience and luck. It's to kind of balance out. It's kind of balance out certain areas like Minetown and Sokoban and stuff like that, so that they have like similar experiences there. How much difference does the Astral variant make? I think it's easier to kite the riders on the Astral variant with the larger chambers, but that's on a per chamber basis too. So make commentary easier. I don't know. I haven't looked at these seeds at all. I don't know what's inside any of them, and I think it would be less fun if I knew what they were, because then I would like be like, oh yeah, this is a potion of blindness. I know all about that, and it wouldn't be a very genuine experience now, would it? But Adeon trying to get Excalibur here. He unleashes a water demon, not getting as good luck this time, but with if he can Elbereth, he can get this guy off his tail, I think. Is Aoi using the Luxie shortcut? Does Adeon know the Luxie shortcut for 2A? I don't know what you're talking about, Demo. I assume that you're talking about the one on the guide. The one on the guide where you push the boulder into the corner. But I don't know if Aoi's gonna do that. Yep, Aoi. Looks like Aoi did it. I don't know if Adeon knows any Sokoban shortcuts. Like I said, he never did Sokoban whenever he did his. Okay, well, he tabbed into this. He decided to attack into this water demon. I'm not sure why. I think an Albareth would have gotten him off. Might have gotten the water demon off his tail. But Adeon taking a second death there. Starting again on a less favorable Valkyrie. But he also forgot to turn the starting pet off. But I don't see you using that for anything. See, there's a chainmail on the floor over there. That seems like something good to put on. Oh, go Luxie, go! Oh, wait, you were narrating. Hi, Kitsu. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm giving some commentary on Adeon versus Aoi. So Adeon is one of the greatest players of all time. The person who held the world record before I did, and has a 29 ascension streak. So very impressive. And Aoi is the second best speedrunner by now. Right now, not by now. uh, And yeah, we talk a lot about speedrun strats, so she knows what the deal is. But good to see you here. Uh, yeah, Amateur Hour, you did miss the start. Adeon had a couple of epic chokes so far, and but Aoi is doing well on the first seed. So we'll see how things go from here. No, no one has ascended already, and Adeon has failed to show us his secret strat to ascend in 30 minutes that you were talking about earlier. But yeah, Adeon taking his cat with him. Taking his cat with him so far. I think the cat does waste some time though. I guess if you don't really like care where it goes, then oh, but Adeon taking the cat into the mines. I wonder what he's doing here. Also found a leash. Okay, that homunculus could have very easily killed him there. They're one of the most dangerous low-level monsters because they have a sleep touch, and I think they're the only source of melee sleep damage in the entire game. So most other sleep sources, for example, the sleep from an orange dragon, can be reflected back at the caster. Not gonna watch past dungeon level 12, so I don't get spoilers. But good luck to both the runners. All right. I think Aoi is in Sokoban soon, but she might be going down there. She might be going down there in a minute after she's done with Soko 3. I saw her in Soko. I thought I saw her in Soko 2 a little bit ago, so it took her a little while on this. Usually, she's been finishing Soko in like 7 or 8 minutes, so very very respectable time. That's good. That's very good for doing in a normal speed run. That seems like a lot. That does seem like a lot of time, but it's actually not that much in terms of net hack. Since the run in net hack is around 2 hours if you want to do it consistently. So secret cat strategy where you use it on a leash to physics glitch. Hey, you can actually pull the cat through doors. So the cat already breaks. The cat already breaks physics just by existing. One day I will ascend. I believe in you, Kitsu. You got this. Uh, who is Aoi again? Bag Soko, 75% no demo. This is Aoi is on Reflection Soko, so 75% chance of Amulet of Reflection. This might hold her up a little bit because having the bag is obviously faster, but it's safer to have the Amulet of Reflection. It keeps you from getting randomly killed, so that's great. Looks like Adeon meleeed a floating eye, another classic speedrunner death. Usually control move. I think a control move will stop before the floating eye, so but still it's regardless something to be careful of. Yeah, floating eyes are one of the are a huge problem in NetHack. I have no idea why they exist in the form that they do, because they're actually hard coded to a lot of the times, a significant portion of the time, to paralyze you for 127 turns. Like, why is it 127 turns? Why does it have to be enough that something will spawn across the map, something can spawn across the map and then walk over to you and then kill you? It's pretty crazy. Isn't Adeon the bloke who had the world record before you, Lux? Yeah, that's him. That's definitely Adeon. Yeah, he has a time of 1 hour and 3 minutes. So that was a very, very difficult time. That was a very, very difficult time to beat. But yeah, he said it on 343 over 9 years ago. Oh, is that a shape changer? Looks like a co-aligned unicorn. Yeah, Aoi got a co-aligned unicorn stuck behind one of the boulders or something. So that kind of sucked. I think she managed to. She polyed it. She polyed it into the Umber Hulk. Sorry, I should be paying more attention to. I should be paying more attention to what Aoi's doing. It looks. I thought she would have a pretty straightforward. I thought she would have a pretty straightforward ending Soko, but I guess a lot of things can go wrong in Soko too. But yeah, she's using the travel command pretty well to complete this. All hiccups aside. Wow, three best speedrunners in the same stream at the same time. Yeah, she polyed it to avoid the luck penalty, which is a pretty smart choice. Having -5 luck is really no joke in terms of your accuracy. Excalibur only gives +1d5, so it's not even going to cancel all of that out. But Adeon is back on D5, and he actually has banded mail on this time, so I'm happy. He actually put on armor. This is good, instead of ignoring the armor on the floor. But let's see where he chooses to go after this. Yeah, he might get early Excalibur, but I think doing both Minetown and Sokoban is a good idea in runs. As you can see, Aoi found a lot of good stuff in Minetown. Aoi got the holy water. Aoi got the holy water, did a whole bunch of shopping there, so and left with like an AC of around -2, whereas Adeon got to Sokoban, and there weren't any other armor pieces in the seed, so. Now look at that fast travel sandwiching Adeon between two monsters. Yeah, the fast travel in NetHack is not too smart. Sometimes, or like the interrupts, or the interrupts, I should say, like the whatever interrupts you whenever you do an action. But Aoi picking up the bag called Fancy. So that's a bag of holding. Only a 25% chance of that happening in this particular layout of Sokoban. So a little bit unusual there, but she picks up the bag of holding. That's gonna be faster than having the amulet of reflection actually, but a bit more risky. So we'll see how it goes. Adeon picking up telepathy. But yeah, as I was saying about NetHack interrupting you whenever you do like a multi-turn action, like moving around or something like that, sometimes it's not very smart about it. Sometimes it'll wait for a monster to be right on top of you before you do it, and sometimes it chooses to show you as soon as a monster enters the room. Like I'm not sure what it's doing sometimes. Oh, but finding an elven mithril coat. He's using the pet to actually test this armor. I normally don't bother with that, but I put on like certain kinds of armor, like the Elven Mithril Coat, for example. It's not going to be -3 or -4 realistically. I mean, I've had it happen before, but it's an extremely small chance. But Aoi's still on the first seed. Seems to be taking a little bit of a break here, but that first seed seems to be a gold mine actually. For her, looks like a scroll shop right there. And earlier we saw the large general store that ADM did not return to, but Aoi probably will be because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Yeah, the in-game clock is in Setseed. I think the vanilla devs are talking about it a bit, but it may get added, it may not. We don't know at this point. But Adeon exploring Dark Mines, I always lose so much time on Dark Mines, and really annoys me because there's not really that much you can do about it either. I suppose you could scum a Valkyrie for an oil lamp, but I'm not sure how long that takes. I'm not sure how long that takes, and I'm not willing to put up with that kind of tedium sometimes. Hashtag bathroom, the most secret command that only pro NetHack players use. Hey, so in one of the more famous variants of Slash 'em, there are actually toilets. So to go with the sink, to go with the sink, I guess. Just get good. Use your instinct to know where the stairs are. Find a wow and wish for magic mapping skulls. I've actually done that before, and I've actually done that before a demo, because prior to NetHack 3.7, which these both of these players are playing on, you had to use magic mapping to find your way. In order to get through hell, you have to use magic mapping to find the stairs.